of the leaders, who was founder of a civilization based on truth, justice, peace, equity, excellence, accountability, prosperity, knowledge, technology, and everlasting rewards. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome with these praises and salutations to all of you to the third convocation of the University of Management and Technology. We regret that our first chief guest, Prime Minister of Pakistan, who was supposed to be here, could not be here because of the events in Mumbai, and our Chief Minister, who was then supposed to be our chief guest today, could not make it because of his health. We pray for his health and fast recovery. We certainly miss him, and we would certainly invite him once again when he gets better. We have decided anyway to hold this convocation on time, because the purpose of chief guest, of course, is one, to honor them, and certainly also to make it befitting for our graduates. Once they take the degrees, they walk to the corporate sector, and certainly with the best wishes and blessings of the chief guest. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us a chief guest who is in no way less than the ones we invited. In fact, in many ways, he stands taller, superior, nobler in terms of his accomplishments and his work. Professor Khurshid, let me introduce to you, is an intellectual, one of the finest intellectual and a scholar that Pakistan has produced. Today we see branches of Islamic banking dotting the streets of our countries, creating worldwide $600 billion plus market. It was his voice in the 50s and 60s and 70s, drawing the attention of economists towards the benefits of Islamic banking and Islamic economics. He is one of the chief architects of Islamic economics and Islamic banking. It is good that he has seen within his lifetime that what was at the level of ideas, what was questioned, what was controversial, what was debated, and what was not recognized or respected by the bankers, by the professionals today, is sought after. And today, even the secular banks are introducing and initiating schemes of Islamic banking. So from the stage of ideology, thrashing out the principles and tenets, to institution building, Professor Khurshid has seen that, and he was a player and a participant, enriching the process and contributing to it at every step. He is to Islamic economics and Islamic banking someone like what Adam Smith is to capitalism, what Karl Marx is to socialism. And this is not just one area where he contributed, and he was also teaching Islamic economics in Karachi University for 2 decades. As a public servant, as member of Senate, his contributions have been compiled in 6 volumes, and the topics range from education to constitution, politics and governance to policy, security to defense, culture to international relations, society to sociology. He has contributed in all areas, right from knowledge generation to the formulation of policy. And when it comes to policy formulation, his another contribution stands unsurpassed, as to his credit goes the accomplishment of setting up the first policy institute is focusing on policy in the private sector in the Muslim world by the name Institute of Policy Studies, the first policy studies institute in the Muslim world in the private sector. And when it comes to institution building, it is not just Institute of Policy Studies, but also he has spent more than a decade in Great Britain and has set up there the Islamic Foundation. The Islamic Foundation in UK is not only a research institution, but to it there is also now associated an institution of higher education known as Markfield Institute of Higher Education. He was also instrumental in setting up the International Islamic Universities in Islamabad and is a lifetime member of the board of these universities in Pakistan and elsewhere. He is perhaps the only public servant who has not taken a rupee from the public exchequer for his services as member of the Senate or as member of the committees since he started working with various capacities in Senate and also as minister. He is perhaps one of the very few Pakistanis honored by foreign universities with honorary doctorate. He has received not 1, not 2, but 3 honorary degrees, doctorate degrees from the institutions in UK and Asia. So ladies and gentlemen, to me personally, he is more than a father. And when my father left, before he left, he did once tell me that he means more to you than a father. And though he left 12 years back, but in his company, I've always felt that he is more than a father and a mentor. So it is our privilege that he is with us. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the real heroes of Pakistan we need to honor. We need to acknowledge, from scholarship to the real world, from the world of thought to the world of practice, from the world of ideas to the world of actually turning those ideas into reality. So we feel that in that respect, we have a chief guest we can be proud of and feel great that this convocation focuses on him. This convocation, of course, marks a special phase in the history of the University of Management and Technology, as this is the first one that we are holding in this permanent campus of the university. This convocation is being held, of course, in the midst of fog and lack of sunshine outside. But I see more than 300 suns shining inside, so we don't miss any sun here. And whatever we lack in terms of fog and clarity is quite visible here. A convocation is an occasion of celebration. It's a culmination of education for the graduates. It is a solemn mark of accomplishments, of the glory, of a smooth landing and a subsequent takeoff. A beginning of a journey to high altitudes, to altitudes even higher than what can be measured, trespassing stars and beyond. Here is a time, here is a moment when prospects merge into perspectives. Here is a power to bring future into present times and to have present mark into the past. Here is a moment which we can showcase with determination that come what may, we will build our nation, we will build this country, we will work for its prosperity to strengthen this nation. For faculty who worked hard, this is certainly a time to wave off and bid farewell to those with whom they had long-lasting relationship embedded in devotion and affection and grounded in the deep sense, with the deep sense of purpose and learning. For the university, this convocation is just a pause in its endless passage. It is just a port of call en route where ships anchor for a while to offload and get the fresh intake. Certainly, endearing the fresh and enduring the old is what gives life to the universities. It is also a day of reckoning for us. The standards that you have set, faculty and graduates, would be a starting point for us in future. We will remain there, continuing to build further and advance further. Dear graduates, worthy graduates, your time has begun now. Your clock starts today. Go from here now and make your way to the world of work. Challenge the status quo and set new standards. Build meaningful relationship with all with whom you converse and relate. Help others. Always have a positive mindset. You are there to build, to construct. You focus on future and command your respect and dignity on the basis of your performance. There is nothing to hold your back except your back. There is nothing to deny you reaching higher except your own gaze lowered. There is nothing to stop you from marching forwards accept your own steps. You need to strike first to outcompete. You need to think first, act first, lead first, question first, answer first, arrive first, stand first, and sit first, and you will see how world open its doors for you and how it welcomes you with its arms wide open. You brought your presence here. You just brought your persona here, and you are walking today with a new identity towards your destiny. Graduates, in many ways, this degree is at best a deception. Yes, indeed, it is a condition that you need to qualify. It is a license to enter into your profession. It adds to your embellishments in your resume and visiting cards. But it cannot be in any way a substitute to your dreams, your imagination, dropping in from the areas to the areas where you are interested, areas where you are passionate about, and dropping out from the areas which cannot bear any results. This degree cannot be a substitute to your discovery, seeking what is unknown, learning about your potential, seizing the opportunities. This degree cannot be a substitute to your determination, the power of your intention, your will and choice to act in the face of inaction. And this degree cannot be a substitute to your development, mobilizing your strengths and unleashing your talents, trying out whatever is new, whatever is better, rather finding consolence and comfort in whatever is old, and in the process making yourself rigid and unadaptable. And this degree cannot be your destiny. This is just the beginning of the happiness, the gratification, the fulfillment, the actualization, the harmony that would come later because of your work and because of your contribution to the society. You have seen in the world today, the very best of the world have fallen like house of cards. The companies on the top of the world with hundreds of billions of dollars worth assets, and one of the best minds and hundreds of supercomputers aiding in equipping them and facilitating them. We have seen in the last couple of months those companies, those giants, those individuals falling flat on the face of earth. Why was it? Why it must have happened? It was because they were not the real people. They were not men and women of character. They were not sincere. They were people who were driven by greed, by hate, and they hide their ulterior motives in the face of their huge buildings and their corporate images. Graduates, a nice tailored suit cannot be a substitute to your intelligence and integrity. The money that is in your reservoir cannot be substitute to your ethics and morality. We are proud of you, and we hope that you will break that notion that whoever succeeds in the corporate world succeeds because of malpractices, because of deception, because of fraud. We hope that you will be part of that new breed of corporate managers, corporate executives, corporate leaders who will show the world that with character, with morality, with ethics, and with integrity and sincerity, you can have a long-lasting, sustainable corporations, and come what may, move the mountains, change the courses of rivers, but do not betray the trust and honor that your families, your parents, your father and your mother, the purity of their love and affection have bestowed upon you, and the degree that we will hand out to you today. This university certainly seeks to take a position here and would like to distinguish itself as an institution not just helping graduates to develop themselves and to generate their competency and refine their skills, to chisel their mindset and thinking, but also becoming a better holistic human being. Our mission is learning, generating useful knowledge, fostering enduring values, promoting sustainable practices and technologies, and actualizing strategic partnerships with the stakeholders as the leading community dedicated to the integrated development of the global society. With this lofty mission, we have given ourselves a mandate, and we also charge you today that this mission will continue to be your mission to the rest of the life. We have, in the last 2 years, taken some strides, humble steps to develop this university. Shifting to this campus is just one step. We are now seeking a comprehensive change the way we teach, the way we relate, the way we discuss, the way we work, the way we do research, and the way we relate ourselves to the world of business and industry. We have taken steps to redraw our course outlines, to enrich them with the concepts and knowledge that is cutting edge, to increase their effectiveness by making better choices in assessment methods, and to provide opportunities to our participants for more interaction, for more life in classroom and outside the classroom, to provide opportunities for experiential learning and more comprehensive development of the self, so that once they walk into the corporate sector, they are not only tested by the examinations and the tests and multiple choices, but have also gone through the type of world, the type of work that they would be expecting in the corporate world, a prototype of that, a simulation of that. We would like to make them not just a silent and passive